Welcome to Clark's place. What are you doing there, Pop?
It's all going bye-bye.
You sold it all?
This is digital proportional radio control system. Is this a
No, that is a bunch of RC stuff.
I'm saying that it didn't look like something.
This here, yeah, that's.
I don't need that.
No, it's.
So it's all going bye-bye.
Cars.
Last look. You know, these guys doing the road, they never got around to finishing that job. That's a shame.
Yeah, there's the Rail King transformer and the CD in this big box. The transformer and the control and the CD.
Rail King.
Clark's Place Pinball Company.
It's a Z.
Going bye-bye.
This Rail King. Is that what this is? Yeah, it's Rail King. Sure.
Oh, the RC bar.
Yeah. It's a Rail King.
How's that TH okay?
That's that Amtrak.
My welding shop.
Yeah.
I just need a good place to start. Oh, it's getting momentum.
Yep. Get a little memento.
Should turn the air on here sooner.
Oh yeah, why didn't you? How's
didn't
hell
think
in
about it.
here? Okay, so we'll do a little time lapse so we can see over the next few days it all gets torn apart. Have fun watching. Here we go. This is pretty much all a time lapse here of everything coming down, but I thought I'd kind of at least narrate so you can see what we're doing here. I'm in the back there, and I just was putting all the cars on. You can see them all coming off the wall, and I was pushing them around. And this whole beginning section is pretty much searching for all the right cars in all the right boxes, because Pops kept all the boxes for all the cars. And they were grabbing a box saying, which car do you want? And I was at the beginning of it trying to find them, but they were all on the wall. So then we started just grabbing each of the cars and looking for the boxes and kind of back and forth as we'd see one when they were all sitting on that front rail line there. We could figure out which boxes they went into a little easier there. They were sorted. So lots and lots of sets that Pops had. This guy there in the dark clothes, he bought the whole set. I think Pops sold it all for 4,500 or something like that. And that included everything he had, including all the framework and all the plywood and stuff that you'll see here coming up here in a bit. But yeah, haven't really seen any of the structure come down yet. It's just pretty much all the cars that we're sorting and finding and all that kind of good stuff. And we switch here, go to the side, and taking off the front apron thing, and then you'll see here underneath everything, the whole frame, all my stuff when I moved from Fort Wayne down to here. That's pretty much been my storage area underneath the train set. It used to be outside to the right in the main garage area. I had a little section with everything piled up, but we decided, well, Dad decided just a few years ago, you saw everything being built and all the train videos we did, but we just covered up all my stuff, and I really, it's a lot of boxes of pinball machine parts and electronics and stuff that I just haven't used for, well, it's been 5 years I've been living down here now. But covered all that up, and it was out of sight, out of mind. And then when we got everything all torn apart, we've kind of built the room. And if you've watched the other video under construction, we tore down all the walls in order to expand the whole garage area. I thought this was a neat little sequence of hopping around and showing everything disappear, all the landscape. And I just, as I was doing stuff, I just was moving the camera along with me, and you can see everything comes apart. Yeah, that area back over there is what becomes the only room that's enclosed in the whole garage now. Pops is back working in the back there, tearing up that end of the mountain and ripping everything apart. Yeah, I think we had, I don't know, something like 10 trash bags full of uh, all that screen. We just kind of, like that grassy area in between the two tracks there, that was all just screen that we put tissue. Yeah, you can see me ripping off the screen. We just crumpled up some aluminum screen and then stapled it in place, and all that stuff coated with some toilet tissue and some Elmer's glue, like diluted down. Made all that stuff, and it just all kind of ripped apart pretty easily. Pops is working on some of the structure of where it went around. Everything was put together with screws, so you see, we just are unscrewing everything. I'm over there kind of working on the track on that end, and he's kind of taking apart the wiring and taking off the track. Yeah, he's going to town. Yeah, that we made the whole center layout first, and then we stacked up and made a little platform for a raised area for a little section of town on this right end of the screen down here. And then the other was all kind of built up, maybe 2, 3 inches, that whole left side over there of the town. We had two little town areas and then kind of some long runs between the two cities. Yeah, I'm taking out all the blocks, and when we built it, we would just measure and cut the blocks, cut a bunch of blocks, and then kind of sort them as we made the grade for the train. And it it ended up going up maybe 12 inches or so. Yeah, you can kind of see the platform areas up over there to the right. This must have been a day that Dad was doing it by himself here. Yeah, he's tearing apart that whole little platform, and that was just a raised section of a town that uh, I don't think Pops really used any specific layout. Uh, he read a bunch of magazines and looked at a bunch of pictures of layouts and how to do this and how to do that. He was the train guru, but I think we just kind of put it together and winged it. Started laying out the track and laying out some grade, and you can see that back section. There's a platform that's all raised back there. That was kind of a mountain area to the right of the screen there. That was all just kind of on the fly. What we just put down track and kept on putting track until everything connected, and uh, it ended up being a pretty impressive layout, pretty big. I think that whole section is about 30 feet from one end of the wall to the other. So I think it was 4 feet. No, it must have been, I think that's 7 feet wide, because I think we cut off all those plywood pieces. They're not true 8 foot wide. Um, I think we trimmed it down a little just because we had pinballs on the left wall. There he goes, taking down that whole structure in the back. Just zip, 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 zip. But yeah, it was. I think it was 7 foot wide by about 30 foot long, and that accommodated a pretty big layout. Anybody that came over to the house was pretty impressed with it. Like, gosh, can't believe this thing is so huge. And believe me, when all the walls came down, it sure opened up. This video I just had on the back burner. I just saw it was in with all the raw video footage and thought, this is a little bit old. I was excited about the tearing down the walls and kind of posted some of those videos first, just because we'd film it and I came in and I was like, I want to get this on YouTube. I'm sure some people are curious what we've been doing. But we still have all Pop's 440 motor build. We're about ready to fire his motor, so I've got to work on those too. Um, but yeah, we've been straightening and organizing the garage, and Doug bought a new Mustang, so I've got some Mustang videos of his convertible 67 that he bought, and I'm just behind on videos. I got to start back getting them all done here. So you'll see quite a few videos here if you're interested in watching me and Pops work in the garage. And we got a bunch more to show you here. So there, we've rolled up that town, rolled up the whole streets and everything, threw it in a bag. Um, and the guy that bought it there, I think he's going to probably piecemeal sell a lot of the stuff individually. And I think he said he's got a layout in his garage that he's got a roll around layout or something that he's going to use some of Pop's buildings and some of the stuff from this layout. But he's really into trains, so this is the way to buy it. You buy somebody's whole set at once. The mountain fell down there. He just pushed it over. You'll see Pops makes quick work of dismantling the whole mountain. And that was just a lot of foam and you can see the aluminum netting, the screen there in the center that we just kind of draped over a bunch of 2x4s and then put tissue over it. You can see me bagging up bag after bag after bag of trash. The guy wasn't interested in keeping the layout at all, like piecemealing it. So that it was the best way to do it was to take this whole thing apart. Um, I don't know how, if somebody bought it and wanted to keep it exactly the same, how they would have accomplished that, because everything was just kind of scabbed together, uh, piece after piece. You'll see how we dismantle it here. We're starting on this end, and uh, Pops just kind of zips all the plywood off and takes the legs out and dismantle everything. Everything was screwed together. Nothing was nailed, so everything came apart. And the guy wanted all the lumber too for future layouts. Sorry if you hear my stomach growling there. But, yeah, you can see each of these. He'd pull off each of the plywood sections. I'd sweep it off and pop one off, and then dismantle the frame underneath. And we just kind of made pretty darn quick work of it. Yeah, it's as I watch it, it's pretty crazy how big that thing was in that room. Yeah, there's zip, 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 taking all that apart and revealing all that junk. There's some old paintings that I've done, uh, a lot of artwork and stuff that I had from. I had a full house in Fort Wayne, and that's basically the last of all the junk that I didn't get rid of. There's basketball in there, some toolboxes, some pinball backs. Reveal all my junk. So back to some live footage here. Okay. All my junk from moving down here 5 years ago.
It was all hiding underneath that train set.
Yeah, how do you feel?
Worn out.
Worn out? It's happy, sad, it's going?
Oh, look at it in here. It's a daggone mess.
Yeah. Hey,
Trash bags, blocks. Didn't know there's this much lumber involved in all that.
Well, we just kind of slowly pieced it all together, so.
Yep.
As long as you're happy, I'm happy. We'll expand Clark's place.
Yes.
Coming up next.
Walls are coming down.
Walls are coming down next.
Cool.
Where we're going, we don't need walls.